GetSmartQ.com. They launched back in 2021, got paying customers. Product kept crashing. They shut it down. They relaunched September of this year on Product Hunt, 852 upvotes to his community of 1,000 people. He now has 8 paying customers that pay on average 300, 400, $500 a month. So about $2,000 in MRR. They raised $150,000 pre-seed round at about a $2 million valuation a year ago, hoping to raise another $1 million round next year in 2023 at around a $10 million valuation. Now that he has a bit more product market fit with his team of 5 as Robin looks to scale. Hey, folks, my guest today is Robin Singhvi. He's the founder and CEO of SmartQ, the fastest sales effectiveness platform with the shortest learning curve for enterprise sales teams. Robin, you ready to take us to the top?
Yes, sir. How
All
are
right,
you
when
doing,
you say
Nathan?
I'm good, when you say for enterprise sales teams, what do you mean in terms of like minimum ACV? In other words, they have to have a $50,000 ACV to get value out of SmartQ, otherwise it's not useful.
Yeah, so we actually think of it from a sales team size perspective. So if you have a sales team of at least 10 salespeople in your sales organization, then SmartQ will add value to your team.
Okay, even if those 10 people are doing sort of 100 demos a month, a lower ARPU, higher touch approach.
Yes, yes. As long as you're selling an enterprise software, which is complex, SmartQ can add value to your sales team.
Well, quantify that. What do you mean when and you say enterprise sales teams? Usually people quantify these by cohorts based off ACV cohorts.
Uh, well, you can think of it in ACV, but it has to you have to be selling a complex product to multiple different buyer personas. A
Hmm.
good example is the health tech industry, right? Complex product in itself from a software perspective, but also complex from a compliance perspective, from a clinical perspective. And
Hmm.
then the complexity is also in the buyer persona that they're selling to. So if they're selling to payers or insurance companies or hospitals or pharmacies or large employers, they're going to have to sell differently. They're going to showcase their solution differently. And so that's where you want to ensure that you're able to bring in consistency in your product demos across teams, and you're able to personalize those demos based on the buyer persona that you're pitching to.
I see.
Is that,
So, I
yeah.
mean, is that your key use case? Is it sort of industrials and healthcare?
Healthcare is a key one because I've spent time in healthcare. So I know that industry a little bit more than others. And I know that that industry specifically, A, has the dollars, and to your point, has deals that have high ACV. So for them to be able to implement and deploy a solution and gain value out of a solution like SmartQ is that much easier.
Hmm. Now, give us the backstory here. We chatted back on October 13th last year. You told me you were targeting a $2 million fundraise at a 10 million post money valuation with about 6
Right, right.
customers and about $1,000 in a month in revenue at the time. Did you end up closing that round?
No. Well, after our call, you convinced me to raise a smaller round and raise only as much as I need to, so that I'm not diluting as much. So thank you for that, Nathan. And so
What'd you
we
end
ended
up
up raising
closing?
we raised a really small 150,000 pre-seed. A lot of it, from friends and family, angels, and some of it from an accelerator. Part of the equity I can buy back, so that works out okay as
And
well.
how much do you have to pay to buy the equity back?
I have to pay 3x.
Okay. Is this
Yep.
Calm?
Is this what?
Is this Calm Capital, Tyler's group?
No, no, no. It's called Up Funds, UP Funds.
Up fund. Interesting. Okay,
Yep.
so just to be clear, they bought, how much did they buy for 150K? 10% equity or something?
No, they did invest 150. They invested 100K.
Okay.
The rest was angels, friends and
But
family.
but how, I guess what I'm asking is how much did they buy for 100K? Is this like 10%, 5%, 20%?
Five.
5. And so if you pay them 300K, you can buy back the full 5%.
I can buy back 4%, so they still keep 1%.
I see. Okay. And how quickly would
Yep.
you have to pay them 300K, or does that offer expire at some point in the future?
No, no, it's founder friendly whenever I'm ready, and I can pay them back quarterly, monthly, annually, whenever I'm ready.
Um, Or do they require that at year 3 or 4 you pay them back?
No,
Okay, so
they
you
do not.
can just leave it all in if you want.
Yes, yes, I can.
Interesting. Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time. You can see what it changed over the past 88 days and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your FounderPath dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right. So the teal is what a VC would pay. Yellow is what private equity. And red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise. They sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of FounderPath, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview. Well, so you got that deal done. And then I guess fast forward today, how many customers are you working with?
So, interesting, since the last time we spoke, I had 6 customers, I had an MVP. We started implementing and rolling out the MVP to our customers, realized that the product was failing. And the nature of our product was such that, it was working alongside sales reps when they were doing live sales demos. It could not crash, right? If it crashed, it instantly lost the confidence of the rep. And so we went back to the drawing board, re-architected the entire product, relaunched it this past September, so just 2 months ago. And we're back at, 6, 8 customers now, a few paying, others in pilot. And but what we're seeing is that the usage is better, better customer response. They're seeing value out of it. And we're actually seeing customers use us for not just the use case we intended it for, but also other functions inside of the company. So that's good validation for what we're building.
We love that. How many of the 8 are paying?
4.
4. And what do they pay per month on average?
It varies. It's early days for us, so
What does the biggest one pay per month?
They're paying about, again, just very very small amounts, so like $1,000 or something like that.
$1,000. And what's the smallest one pay per month?
About 300.
And how do you price? What does someone get that's paying you $1,000 that you wouldn't get if they paid you $300?
Right now, it's just a matter of getting SmartQ in the hands of as many people as possible. There isn't necessarily, we're giving one customer more, the other less. It's just a matter of number of seats and sort of commitment they're willing to put into Smart.
So the only difference between someone paying 300 today and 1,000 is the $1,000 customers paid for more seats.
More seats, a longer contract.
How long?
Some go for a quarter, the others are year. Someone signed on for 18 months.
How are you signing an 18-month contract with like, when you're still trying to get your first five customers? If I was a customer, I'd say, Robin, I'm not signing a year-long plus contract with you. You just launched.
Well, I guess it's a matter of establishing trust that what we're building and what we're providing to them will actually hold its value,
Hmm.
irrespective of whether I'm around or not, and of course the fact that I'm trying to give them confidence that I will be around.
Why are they even questioning if you're around?
They're not. You asked the question, but they're not questioning me on the 18-month contract.
Interesting. Is it fully committed or can they stop paying in 2 months?
No, there isn't an exit clause, but we're not going to let that customer sort of drop off or have a poor experience.
Hmm. You probably thought that the first time though, but the app was crashing when salespeople opened it. So how can you guarantee that?
How can I guarantee what?
Uptime.
I mean, we've been testing it with a bunch of customers, and only when we sort of realized that, yes, we're at that point where the product works. We tested it out on a bunch of different use cases with our initial beta customers as well. So yeah, we're pretty confident that it works,
And
and we're
who's
seeing it
we?
now
How
actually.
how many folks are on the team today?
So we are now 5 people,
Five.
combination of full time and contract
So
and
how are you? I mean,
interns.
how if you got four customers that are paying between 300 and 1,000 bucks a month, you're doing something like $2,000 a month right now on revenue. How are you paying all these people, including supporting yourself and your livelihood?
Yeah, so I'm not paying myself, and with the others, it's partly this revenue and the fund that we raised.
Hmm.
So that's what's sustaining the team right now.
Well, yeah, but $150,000 can't sustain a team of five for 24 plus months.
Uh, Not for 24, but we run a pretty lean team. A lot of the team is based in India, so costs are lower.
Hmm. How are you managing this yourself personally, right? I mean, you have to put food on the table somehow, so you're not paying yourself. Where are you doing consulting
Right?
on the side or something?
No, no, no. The family's supporting me, so they've been
Ah,
pretty
okay.
good
You have
about
a
it.
supportive fan.
Yes,
Okay, we love that. See, now we're
I
getting to the
know.
good stuff. This is how founders and
Okay,
entrepreneurship actually works. Okay, so what do? You go to the
yeah.
family and say, guys, please help me cover living expenses for a year. I want to take a risk and start a company.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I think the good thing is they didn't even have to. I didn't have to say that, right? They were like, "You do what you need to do. We got you."
Are you in their house right now? You're living with family?
I am. Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, so you keep your rent low and food. Do they make you clean the house or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I got to do things.
All right,
Uh,
fair enough.
yeah,
That feels like a
yeah,
good trade. All right,
it
so you're growing.
absolutely is.
You're growing now. Okay. So you had a company. It was crashing. You killed it. You relaunched. You tested it. You're now going to market again. Four paying
Mhm,
customers. Another four potentially in the pipeline. How much of the hundred
mhm.
fifty thousand dollars cash do you still have in the bank?
We have a large chunk of it still.
Okay. Are you planning to raise this year or next year? I should say next year. It's December now.
Yes, actually, Nathan, I am hoping to raise a seed because we now have the confidence that what we're building has legs. It works. Clients are liking what they see. They're seeing value in it. So now, what I need to do, what I really want to do, is start building, a really strong team, both on the dev side and on the go-to-market side. And to be able to do that, I think I will need some capital to do that. So unless there is a significant event on the revenue side from a few large customers, I feel like I might go back into the market and raise a seed.
And how much are you looking to raise potentially?
I am looking at anywhere between mil to mil five.
Mm-hmm. And how much equity do you think you'll have to sell to raise $1 million?
I am thinking anywhere between 10 to 15%.
Mm-hmm. And so why do you feel like you're worth $10 million today, or the company's worth $10 million today?
Well, one is we have satisfied customers, referenceable customers, right? I think that's the biggest thing. The second is that we've actually proven that we can run a lean team, we can pivot when we need to, we can actually deliver a product and actually go to market, not just build a product in silo, right? So, for example, in September when we launched a product hunt. We actually ended up being product of the day for a solo founder running a super lean team, no marketing team behind it. I was pretty pumped about that, right? And
How
then
did you do that? How
finally,
did you do that? You launched in September. You got 852 upvotes. How did you do that?
man, you should just go check out the blog post I wrote. I spoke about it as well, but really, I think one is just putting a framework and a process in place that this is what I need to do, and then working backwards from there, right? Who do I need to tap? Who needs to hear from me when?
Yeah, but
Like
no,
you got it.
don't give me a generic. Tell me actually who you targeted. Like what were all those things for you?
Friends and family, the community. So even before, like a few months before we launched, we knew we were going to launch. So we started to put the word out that, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to need your support. This is what we're doing. Started, attending meetups and events and things like that. In my newsletter, I made sure to mention it every time I sent a note to folks in my newsletter that this is what we're doing. The day off, we had some automations going on that 24 hours at the stroke of midnight Pacific when we launch. Note goes out to X number of people every
How
six
many?
hours. Notes. Oh man, how many? At least a couple thousand people.
And where did you get those 1,000 people? Was this a cold email list or they uploaded other products or
No,
what?
so no, so Nathan, actually, I think for me, these thousand odd people, couple thousand people, is actually my community that I've been building over the past year and a half since I started SmartQ, right? So just making sure folks are aware of what I'm doing, keeping them posted, taking them along on my journey. So these are all like nobody's someone who doesn't know me or just got someone's email.
Awesome. We love that. Well, we're
Yeah.
certainly rooting for you as you build the product and get your first 10 customers. In the meantime, though, Robin, let's wrap up with the famous five. Number one, favorite book.
Hard thing about hard things. That's the
Number
one
two,
I just finished. Yeah.
number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
No one in particular, but I don't think anyone can avoid following Elon today, right?
Number four, three, what's your favorite online tool for building smart queue besides your own?
I love intercom. Like I think that's been a lifesaver for us.
Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I don't know why you need to ask that to every founder just to make them feel bad. I mean, it's past midnight here already, so I'll take 6 if I can get it.
Six. I ask it because I don't want people to copy a founder that has an unhealthy lifestyle who only sleeps 3 hours. I don't want to celebrate bad
Fair enough.
lifestyles. So,
Fair enough.
and then what's your situation? Married, single, kids? I think what you're 30, 37 now?
I'm 37. Yes, married 10 years.
Any kids? No,
No, no kids.
none yet. Okay. And last question, something you wish you knew when you were 20.
That uh, that patience is a virtue that you have to really live by.
Mhm.
Um, you have to be patient for good things to happen to you.
Guys, getsmartq.com. They launched back in 2021, got paying customers. Product kept crashing. They shut it down. They relaunched September of this year on Product Hunt, 852 upvotes to his community of 1,000 people. He now has 8 paying customers that pay on average 300, 400, $500 a month. So about 2,000 bucks in MRR. They raised $150,000 pre-seed round at about a $2 million valuation a year ago, hoping to raise another $1 million round next year in 2023 at around a $10 million valuation. Now that he has a bit more product market fit with his team of 5 as Robin looks to scale. Robin, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you, Nathan. Thanks for having me.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.